So if you've ever been to a child soccer game or any type of game for that matter, you've probably seen that parent on the sideline.
It was probably you. They're usually screaming at their kid, creating a distraction, maybe even yelling at the coach or other players, like in this clip from Parental Guidance.
You were out.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah. Turner, you struck him out.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're out.
No, I'm not.
You're out.
No, I'm not.
3 strikes, you're out.
You're out.
Well, it's not boring anymore.
Ouch.
Oh, no. Perhaps you've even been that parent. Leah Jantzen is a mental health and performance coach at the Ward Melville High School on Long Island. She joins us now with some do's and don'ts for parents on the sidelines. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, guys. Great to be back.
That was an interesting clip.
Yes, it was.
Is that a don't?
That's a big don't. But do you need me to tell you that?
Yeah, some parents, like we're saying, may not realize their behavior is bad behavior or maybe embarrassing for their kids.
Yeah.
They think it's okay to share everything they think is the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do, when to do it. Meanwhile, it's not their experience. They had their chance. This is your child's experience. Let them play. Let them do their thing. Stay in the background.
What does it do to the child when parents get a little too into the game?
Yeah, when parents start getting too involved, the kid really senses it and they feel extra pressure. They're like, my dad's in the stands, he's freaking out, I'm making mistakes. It starts to put a strain on them. It's not fun anymore if they're stressed. If they're not having fun and there's too much pressure, then why are they going to play? And then that becomes a wedge between the parents, the parent and the child. It strains the relationship. So parents need to just let their kids play. Just watch them and enjoy it.
Okay, but what if a child expresses that they could have played better, they didn't, do their best? Yeah. How should a parent react?
Well, first of all, I love when kids say that. That means they really care. They care about what they're doing out there, and that's a good sign. So first, validate them. Hey, great, I'm glad you want to do better. How can we do that? I understand you're not happy with how you played. You're not always going to be happy with how you play. There are going to be good days, and there are going to be bad days. So let's focus on how can we move forward. You ask your child, what can I do to support you? How do you want to get better? So you hold them accountable, but you also support them at the same time. Does that make sense? So you want to make them feel like you're on their side and you understand, but okay, all right, but let's control what we can. Let's make a plan moving forward and they'll feel better.
But is there any aspect of that sort of parenting, though, when you're an aggressive parent, that helps make a good athlete?
More competitive.
Yeah, like Serena and Venus. Like Richard was one of those parents.
He certainly was.
Tiger Woods' dad was one of those parents.
So was Joe Jackson.
Yeah, Lorenzo Ball.
There's a lot of people who feel that way. Did you mean Bo Jackson?
Who's Joe Jackson is Michael Jackson's dad.
Oh, Michael Jackson. Yes, he had a lot to do with Michael Jackson's sporting career, for sure. He was very impactful.
Yeah, work out those vocal cords.
It was very hard on him. I totally lost it.
Is there no, I mean, can that be a positive?
I tend to feel if a kid is that much of a standout, if you have a Michael Jordan in your house, no matter what you do, Michael Jordan's going to be Michael Jordan. That's one way to look at it. And often when parents are acting aggressively like that, they want it for their child. You can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
Yeah.
You can guide them in the right direction. So, Mr. Richard Williams made decisions for the girls that were good for them. But at the end of the day, if they don't want it, they're not going to be what you want them to be.
Yeah.
So I remember in high school, we had a lot of parents that were kind of living through their child's experience. What do you say to those parents who their glory days are over, but they're like, I'm trying to live through my kid?
Right. Again, you had your chance. This is their opportunity to have their experience. They're not you. Let them do it. But also create a relationship where you can share some of your struggles as an athlete with them. If they think it's all about the parent all the time, they're not going to talk to you. They're going to be like, oh, my dad just wants me to be the best. And that may not be what they want. So find out, ask them questions. That's why the car ride home is so important, because if you don't set the tone for a good relationship, they're not going to talk to you, and then you can't share your glory days. You want to be able to go back to those, reminisce to those days.
You're absolutely right. Leah, thank you so much for being here and joining us and talking
about
it.
You're welcome.
For more help for student athletes and parents, you can follow Leah on Instagram. The information is right there on your screen.